All right, so welcome to Pointing Out Politicians. In this video, I'm going to give you a unique perspective on your money, politicians and your money that you probably don't hear very often. Just a little background on this. Out in the real world, outside of YouTube, out there, one of the things that I do is I assist individuals with planning for their retirement, right? Some people call it retirement planning. I call it income planning. Everything that you deal with financially in your life comes down to income. And the rhetoric that you're hearing in the political world right now, they try to separate these things and make it seem like it's just a right now type of situation. But one of the things that I explain to my clients is that there are a couple different things that can happen to you during your lifetime. That you can die soon. You could get sick, live longer. You could live a very long time, and you have to address all three of these situations, along with all the little things that can happen in between. But what does this have to do with politics? Think about it just for a second. Let's go back to those three situations. If you die soon, right? Well, somebody's got to bury you. They got to pay for that. That's going to take a little bit of money. But most importantly, your income is lost. So you can no longer provide that income to your family. What's in place to provide that income? This money's got to come from somewhere, right? So is it going to come from you? Is it going to come from your extended family, or is it going to come from the government? And I'm going to circle back and explain to you why this is so important and why you should be very wary of a lot of the things that politicians say. Secondly, say you get sick, right? Who's going to pay for that? There's a couple different things that come into play when you are sick. One is a loss of income. Back to income. You're not able to make that money. Sick leave may cover you for a little while. What happens when the sick leave is gone? You need income, right? Who's going to pay for all your medical needs? You need income, money, in order to pay for that, right? So you hear a lot of talk about government health care, health care for all. There's a shift of responsibility from the individual. No longer can you afford to take care of yourself and your family, to it's a right and the government should take care of you and your family. We're going to circle back to why that's so important in just a second. But if you get sick, who's going to pay for that? Who has the income to pay for that? Where is that money going to come from? Lastly, you could live a very long time. We hear things, or we have things in place like a 401k, right? Where your money's put somewhere and it's literally tied to the performance of the stock market. Market goes down, you actually lose money. And nobody talks about ways to protect you from doing that. Nobody talks about other mechanisms that you can put into place where you can make money where the stock market goes up, but not lose money when the stock market goes down, aside from inflation. Don't want to go too deep into that rabbit hole, but think about this. What happens when you outlive your money? Because your income was all dedicated to taking care of the things you need in the moment, and there's no personal savings or no other personal income generating assets in place for you. When you run out of money, who's going to take care of you? Politicians would love for you to believe that it's going to be your government. So why is all this important? I'm trying to condense this down. This is literally a 30-minute conversation. I'm just going to try to condense it down and just cover this important aspect of it. In terms of income, income gives you control. You generate your income, you get to be in control of the decisions that are made. You put things in place that for your income to continue beyond the point that you work, you have a consistent income. You remain in control. If you're not the one, if your income is not generated by you, and your income is dependent on another source like the government, then they are in control. And if you think about everything that they talk about, income now, you would literally have people saying that the government should be cutting everybody a check. Well, if the government's cutting you a check, who's in control? The government. You have people talking about guaranteed health care for all, as if all the expenses that come along with someone becoming sick should be provided by the government. If the government's providing an income, who's in control? The government. And you hear people talking about retirement and taking care of people, and the government should take care of them into their old age, right? Where's that income coming from? The government. Who's in control? The government. The government wants you to depend on them. The more you depend on the government, the bigger that government becomes, the more growth and the less power that you have as an individual. And those who don't want to abide by that plan, who want to do their own thing, you will be forced into that system should it allow to continue the way that it's continuing right now. So it seems like it might be just a financial conversation based on the individual and what you need to do to prepare yourself to live in the present, to cover yourself against any adversities, and to provide an income for yourself long into the future. Bottom line is, the way things are going right now in this country, they don't want to allow you to do that. And those who are smart enough, wise enough, or educated enough to begin that process and continue that process on their own, they will interfere with it any way, which way that they can. This is what we're up against. This is what we need to be aware of. This is what we need to watch for every time a politician opens their mouth. So pay attention. On that note, guys, take care. I'll see you on the next video. Peace.